Pizza rules everything around me. Supreme with the sausage. Let me get a slice, y'all. Pizza rules everything around me. Supreme with the sausage. Let me get a slice, y'all.
So take a second to introduce yourself, gentlemen, as you eat.
I'm Sam Edgin. I am the bassist and looper, I guess.
Loop machine?
Yeah, the loop machine. My stage name is Malort Face.
Malort Face.
Yep.
Can you expound on why that is your stage name?
My, oh, this is so good. My mask has 3 faces. There's a happy, angry, and sad face, which I feel like are the stages of Malort.
Can you go through those 3 stages again? I'm sorry, happy.
Happy, angry, and then sad. Because when you're like taking a shot, you're like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I'm ready to take a shot. Then you're immediately angry, and then you're just disappointed. You're just sad.
And if I remember correctly, you guys are sponsored by Malort, right? Or you have some sort of deal with them?
We are, yes.
That wasn't a very good promotion, considering. You just said sad and angry, man.
They people know what they're getting into.
I'll get into contact with them and let them know.
Yeah. And what about you? Who are you?
I'm Bill Covert. I'm the drummer. I guess my stage name is Young Percussionist, which is only because I was lazy and he already had Malort Face. I couldn't come up with that.
That's what I named you.
Yeah,
One of the shows, yeah.
Percussionist?
Young Percussionist.
Young Percussionist. Well, it's better than old percussionist.
True.
Which you have done.
I have done that as well.
You have been old percussionist.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like in the hip hop world, the way that I see it, there's not a lot of old whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of young this. It's not old Jeezy. I don't think anyone's going to listen to old Jeezy. People will tell them to shut the fuck up. And also, I think you have another nickname. Apparently on the internet, it's William, because every single interview or website or any type of media thing I've seen says your name is William.
Well, that's my actual name.
Right. I was straight up ready when you walked in. You'd be like, William, nice to meet you. I was like, oh, this guy's name is Bill.
I think after years of doing band emails and meeting promoters and things like that, it's always professional William. But it.
Yeah, I feel like it changes depending on who knows you through what medium.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because like when we.
Like a lot of
We've
people
been playing together like 8 years now, and you introduce yourself to me as Bill.
Yeah.
And then there's other groups of people who know him from the internet, and when we play shows, like they call him Will, and then other people call you William.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a mixed bag.
That's how I know what group they run with is by what name they use.
Or they know if they met me in real life, they probably know me as Bill. If they met me on the internet, it's probably William.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's how I was going to know you until I met you today. But now I know it's Bill. Speaking of the internet, you guys have a pretty big YouTube channel following, I've noticed. What would you say attributes to that ultimately? Is it constantly putting out stuff, or just putting out something that's good here and there? You know what I mean? What gets more views?
I think what we've tried to do with some of the videos we have up there is being an instrumental band. It's like if you hear the band, you have like kind of an idea of like, oh, I know what this would like look like live. Okay. And our live show looks, I think, kind of different than how most people would think of like, oh, an instrumental 2-piece loop bass band. It's going to look like this. And then they see the live show. It's like, oh, I didn't expect that. So I think a lot of the videos we have up, it's like trying to like, how do we capture like that live show, whether it's live footage videos or like we have a couple we did, there's a local Chicago group called Puddle Splashers, and they do like live videos of bands. So we did one in the studio. We just like set up weird stuff when we were in costume and everything like that. So it's like, someone's on YouTube, they're looking for videos, they didn't know who we were. It's like, I think it's more of like, instead of just posting a lot of stuff, it's like, what would be like the best representation of the band kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not just anything.
No.
It's a little bit selective.
A little bit,
yeah. And I'm excited for the new video we have coming out too, because I feel like it's the first time we've done a good job of getting our comedy element across. Because, like Bill said,
you're talking about the Tatical Chunder.
Yeah, we have a music video coming out in the next couple of weeks, to promote our upcoming album.
Could you tell he's a business side?
The the business side.
But yeah, we have it coming out soon, but I feel like it gets our comedy across a little bit more. As Bill said, when you listen to our music online, and like if you like our music and you want to come see a show, but you didn't like follow the photos or anything like that, you're going to be super confused when you come to a show, because we wear masks and, you know, he plays in his underwear, and we do like sketch comedy and voices and stuff. And
I mean, I was going to say the element of surprise, one could argue, is almost the fun part.
it is. I mean, and we
well, some people haven't had fun with it.
yeah,
But
there's been a handful
But
of them.
any reaction is, in that entertainment essentially, is a good reaction. You
Oh,
know what I
definitely.
mean?
Right.
So it's like, someone's got to be a bad guy, and if you're getting that emotion out, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That person's still paid to be there, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I watched this music video you guys are talking about recently. It's fucking hilarious. It was not at all, again, like what I was expecting, because I've seen some of your other videos, at least mostly the live performance ones.
Right.
So I was expecting your music video to try to be a recreation of something you did live.
Sure.
And maybe I'm uneducated enough to say that it's not like that, but I
It
kinda
isn't
feel like
actually,
it's not.
Yeah.
We try to.
I think that was an idea
It was more of a
tossed around
storyline
too, of like, do we do something that's like the live videos, and we're like, we want to do something different, a bit more of a storyboard. But yeah, and as Sam's saying, just something that would be like funny. I think it's like one of those weird things of being in a band where
It's like uncomfortable funny.
yeah.
You know?
And it's like, but you want that, so it's like a weird thing to like try to draw that out of people, because most bands don't try to do that. So it's like that's kind of the goal, want those uncomfortable laughs. And I think the video does that pretty well.
That's always been like my goal for all of our bits, is to make people comfortably uncomfortable, where it's just on the edge of like they're like this close to walking out, but they want to like see it through and see what the hell happens. And
It's like, I've already come this far.
right, like now it's almost like watching a car crash. It's like you gotta watch it happen.
I would argue that it's unlike any car crash that I've ever seen. Right?
Maybe a clown car crash.
Yeah, that's a definitely more accurate portrayal. A clown car crash. I mean, there's the clip of you pouring the Malort into the coffee pot, or to your cup, I think it was.
We drank
and
a
then in
lot
the
of Malort
coffee
for that.
pot, and then you pour it into the cup, and then you just drink out of the coffee pot anyway. It's like, that's just that old school, like, Abbott and Costello kind of humor that, like, no one actually really even has to say anything, but just seeing that is like, why the fuck would anybody do that? But, fuck it, who cares? Also, why is this guy in his kitchen with a mask on? One of those you're questioning things, and you're not even really looking at the overall perspective.
Yeah.
As you guys had mentioned before, I think you had mentioned you guys were in the band Anesthetic. That is the correct way to say that, right?
Sure.
I know it's supposed to be, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the transition from being in that band into this one? Because if I recall, that band still had a pretty big regional following, and you guys did UK tours with that band as well, right?
Actually, with that band, we just did a couple U.S. tours.
Okay.
The farthest we got out was out to like Colorado and back. So we did probably like 2 or 3 like 2-week tours and a couple Midwest little weekends.
Okay.
I think the transition for us though is we had released an album on vinyl, actually with the same guy we just recorded with, Sanford Parker. And we sat around after it went out, or after the album came out. We kind of sat around for about a year, so like trying to write some stuff, work on some new direction, and we just kind of hit like a wall with writing.
Okay.
I had started writing a couple songs here and there, and it wasn't necessarily like up our guitarist's alley, so we started just kind of jamming. And finally, we had like 1 or 2 songs that we really liked, and it was definitely different than what the sound for Anesthetic was too. So we kind of toyed around with it for a while of like, do we start another band? Excuse me. At the time, neither of us really wanted to do like a 2-project thing either. Yeah. So we had our first show, and then like shortly after that, we kind of just, I think we didn't ghost on it, but
no, we played
we had it. Yeah, we kind of
shows after that, but yeah. It was definitely, it was like one of those things you just feel the energy was just kind of like getting kind of low with the band. and everyone was doing different things, and you you get older and life changes, new jobs and and things like that. And even with Spaceboat, originally we were trying to get someone else in the band. We auditioned.
I wanted it to be a 3-piece.
Auditioned a couple guitarists, and it didn't really go. And then we thought, well, maybe we get a second bass player. That'd be kind of cool. And then that didn't happen either. So I was like, well, we can loop it.
Yeah.
We can do that. And I don't know. I think Anesthetic we had a good run. And going from Anesthetic to Spaceboat, I feel wasn't that bad of a transition either, because for us, it was songs we already had. They were a couple songs. I don't know if we should or shouldn't say this, were kind of anesthetic ideas, and they just never went anywhere. So it's
we did straight up steal a riff from one of the
we did steal
songs,
one riff. Yeah.
It's on record.
They know about it. I don't feel bad about it.
Okay. They know, folks.
That song never got recorded, so we just took a little riff from it.
Yeah. So it was kind of, I guess, I've never done that where I've transitioned bands, but with some of the members from other bands. So it was just transitioning the two of us. It probably definitely helped Spaceblood get off the ground. Towards the end we played a couple double bills, Anesthetic and Spaceblood. So I feel like that too for a lot of people who what's this other band, Spaceblood?
Right.
Being able to see it and and I think too that's also probably where a lot of the ideas with the live show and stuff came from. Because we were already in Anesthetic, so people were like, "Oh, you're just in another instrumental band together? You're already playing, you guys are already playing together? That's what's up with that?" So we're like, "All right, we're just gonna I think that kind of put us in a box a bit of all right,
we need to do something
different. Yeah, and I think I don't know. It's also too I remember specifically we played a show with the band Indian at Sub T, and I couldn't hear for 4 days after that. And I just was man, I don't know about these really heavy shows anymore. I'm I think I might have posted myself out of post metal. I don't know. I'm kind of ready to do something different.
I was gonna say after post metal, it's just rock after that.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any less metal than that after a while.
But yeah, it's also okay, with only 2 guys instead of 4, our riffs aren't gonna get any heavier. So it's if you're trying to do that game, you're gonna lose. It's all right, we're gonna get mathy and weird.
Yeah, there was the song. So I listened to the new, is it LP? What do you guys officially call it? Album.
Yeah.
LP,
LP's
album,
good, yeah.
record.
Okay. Because I know some people
Thing.
are picky, it's not an EP. A fucking CD with a number of songs on it, and I listened to that today. And the one I remember clearly was the very last one. I apologize for not knowing the names of the songs.
Unintentional manscaping.
Yes. Okay. And I remember when I heard that, the end is just this organized kind of chaos that's going on, and I was like, all right, well, I've heard the whole album and I've seen some of their shows, but let's see what this performance is like, just right after. So I went from that song to the YouTube video of you guys in Manchester.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And first of all, that was a really awesome video.
That was a fun.
Their
video.
setup, whatever they do there, is pretty cool.
That was just our buddy with his GoPro, right?
Yeah, that was a guy that we knew.
That was Dan, right?
Yeah, and he worked in a studio, so he basically just borrowed a bunch of the studio microphones and stuff, and he had up a couple GoPro cameras, so that's how he got the multi-angle. He just edited it all.
Yeah.
So Tactical Chunder is going to be coming out in the next couple months here. Go ahead and expound on what that's going to be like.
Yeah, so Tactical Chunder full-length album comes out on May 3rd. May 3rd is also the date of the release show for the album that we're doing here at Emporium in Wicker Park. It's a free show, starts at 8 o'clock. Local bands, Recreational Drugs, which is Matt Frank of There, and Lifted Bells, his other band is playing, as well as War Brides, and it's also War Brides' record release show.
Yeah, we've got it set up right now for pre-orders. You can order a hard copy of the vinyl. We have it in Toxic Yellow and Snot Green. We also have package deals where you could get one of those records with a limited edition T-shirt. So yeah, we'll have hard copies of the record, and
you get that digital too if you
get
want.
the digital. Yeah, we'll give you the digital. Yeah.
And this is also May 3rd is the available date, right?
Yep. If you pre-order, it ships the week before.
Fantastic. All right, and that's going to be the end of this episode of Pizza and People with Space Blood from Chicago, Illinois. Their album comes out May 3rd, and go see their release show as well. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say goodbye with?
Thanks for having us. Thanks for the amazing pizza.
Yeah, square slices, thin crust.
Would eat again.
Here first.
Check us out on all of our social media outlets. We're on Instagram, Facebook. I think we have a Twitter, but don't do that.
Music video will be coming out on YouTube.
Yeah,
So.
Bandcamp. We're all over. Yeah.
Well, fantastic, boys. Thank you for coming in and eating our pizza.
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.